ahead and start now that this gang's all here. So glad to see you all. Hope you're looking forward to a nice, stretchy opening practice. Should be pretty slow, pretty nicely paced. But idea was we're going to open up some hips and just do some nice extensions and really set the tone for a good feeling all day long. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to begin in a seated posture. I wanted us to start with just a few minutes of mindful meditation. So go ahead and take a comfortable seat. If you're sitting up on a blanket or a meditation pillow, it's really nice to kind of set that a little bit on the back end. So just your sits bones are sort of pressing down into the support. Even if it's just an inch, sometimes that can help. And that helps to release your pelvis slightly forward. It gives you a little forward tilt and helps to release. So if the knees are a little bit lower than the hips, then it usually makes for a nice comfortable seat. So go ahead and find that seat, settle in, and I'm going to share with you a couple of quotes to set the stage about meditation. I know a lot of you probably meditate on your own, but some of you may not. And I know I meet a lot of people that are a little feel like they don't know how to meditate. Like, I think it's a great idea. I've heard great things about it, but I don't really know how to get there. And I was one of those people too a few years ago, and thought that it was just this ideal state that I just didn't know all the steps to get myself there, and I wasn't sure I could do it once I got there. Anyway, there's a lot of barriers mentally to meditating, but one of the best books that I have found, and I know this is tiny on your screen, but I'll share it with you if you'd like, is by Pigeon, called How to Meditate. It's a very thin little book, very common sense, very easy to read, and it literally is how to meditate from one of the premier Buddhist monks. And it's just called A Practical Guide to Making Friends with Your Mind. So I really love learning more about it. I love reading about it. It's very inspiring, and I thought I'd share just a couple passages to start our practice today. The first one is by another preeminent Buddhist monk, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. And he says, meditation is simply training our state of being so that our mind and body can be synchronized. Through the practice of meditation, we learn to be without deception, to be fully genuine and alive. So that's a really wonderful way to think about what we are doing this for. And the opening passage from Pema Chodron reads, "The mind is very wild. The human experience is full of unpredictability and paradox, joys and sorrows, successes and failures. We can't escape any of these experiences in the vast terrain of our existence. It is part of what makes life grand, and it is also why our minds take us on such a crazy ride. If we can train ourselves through meditation to be more open and more accepting toward the wild arc of our experience, if we can lean into the difficulties of life and the ride of our minds, we can become more settled and relaxed amid whatever life brings us." Go ahead and close our eyes or bring the gaze softly down. Begin to notice your breath. Relax your shoulders and your body, and just let the body, the physical body, begin to feel grounded and settled. arriving in this space where you find yourself now. And I emphasize the word now because every moment is a new now. This moment is unlike any you have ever experienced in the entirety of your life. Breathe into this moment of now. Breathe into the center of your being. And breathe into the sensation of aliveness, the sensation of being here, mindfully aware, experiencing life at its fullest in this moment of now. Meditation is no more than just feeling this moment of now over and over again with each passing new moment. Breathing in, breathing out. Repeat to yourself, if you wish, I am here now. I am here now. I am here now. Hold yourself in this sweet space of now. As you breathe and connect within. Take 5 more mindful breaths. 5 more series of moments in the now. Last breath, go ahead and take it in a little bit longer. Start to fill up your chest cavity. Let the heart rise, the shoulders expand. Offer yourself an internal smile and then exhale. Let it go. Beautiful. Begin to open your eyes or bring your gaze forward. Let us begin. So we're just going to change our seated posture for a moment. We're going to bring the feet forward. You can can stay on your support if you like, or scoot off so that you're sitting straight down on your mat. We're going to bring the feet forward. Let me scoot back so you can see me on screen. We're going to come to Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So we're bringing the soles of the feet together. We're just going to let those knees open wide. We're going to lift up nice and tall through the spine. Inhale, bring your arms up, stretching out of both sides. And then we're going to exhale and slowly fold forward, just gently reaching your hands down toward your feet. And you don't have to fold very far, but I'd like you to stretch your lower back slightly forward, as long as it's comfortable on your hips. If those hips are tight, then keep the knees up a little bit higher. But just allow your chest and belly to sink down, placing your thumbs on the soles of your feet right into the arches. Just pushing that thumb into the arch of your foot. Hold on to your feet as if they are the pages of a book that you are opening. Let your head drop down. Let the weight of your head fall forward. And just start to feel that stretch in the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders. Breathe into your hips and lower back. One more breath here. Inhale and start rolling up, stacking one vertebra at a time, lifting your knees up as you rise. Go ahead and open your feet nice and wide, staying in that seated position. Very good. And then just slightly let those thighs move toward the center. So just a very slight internal rotation of the hips. Don't push them down. Don't make it too much. Just feel. Maybe take the heels of your hands on the outside of the hips and create a circular motion, giving yourself a little massage there. That was a deep opening for those hips. Just round and round. You know, the sacredness of your own touch can be a beautiful thing as you give yourself love and compassion. So learn to offer it to yourself as much as possible. All right, bring those knees up. I'm going to turn around so that my mat is facing this way. We're just going to bring the legs all the way down. So extend the legs long. And then sitting up nice and tall, coming to Paschimottanasana, we're going to first lift the arms up again, lifting out of both sides, feeling the ribs open up like you're creating spaces between the rib cage openings. Inhale, fingers high, and then exhale as before. Just slowly start to fold forward, but this time with your legs outstretched, feet flexed. And bring your belly forward and down. So again, try to keep your back nice and straight so you really are experiencing the stretch, especially in the lumbar spine. Relax your shoulders. Don't try to reach them forward just to see how far those hands will come up. Let them ease back. Let them be soft. Let the elbows be soft. You'll start to feel those hamstrings get a little stretch, and maybe even to the back of the knees. A really, really important area to open up, to alleviate tension in the knees and the hamstrings. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more right here. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. And then inhale again, lifting up slowly, stacking the vertebra all the way back to the top. We're going to bend the right knee And cross the right foot over the left knee and guide that right foot back toward the left hip. So it's a nice bend in the knee. The knee is aiming to be over the top of the left. So as you can see, I have this nice little bend in the front. And now I'm going to take my hands and just gently place them on the mat. And once again, I'm just going to let the weight of the body fold forward. You don't have to worry about stretching really anywhere here. Just let your torso gently float down toward that right knee. And little by little, I mean micro movements. Notice where you feel the tension and the need to release that tension on the way down. This is a very intense stretch, both for the hips and the hamstrings. Even though we're not pushing or straining, we're just really easing into it. And you probably feel the sensation of the sciatica all the way from the lower back down to the left ankle. All those things are connected. Once you have a place where you can sort of relax and start to drop in, come back to the breath in the now. I'm here now. Here now. Slowly start to rise up. Keep your legs in the same position. Take your right arm across the body. Palm is up and open to the left. Left arm is going to swing out into a T. And we're going to shift our belly to the left, open up, and you're just going to let that left arm open to the back. Maybe it doesn't come all the way back that far. If you can reach to the back of the mat, that's all well and good, but I just want you to feel the twist that is appropriate for you this morning. So you're going to spiral that twist up from the base of the spine up to the neck. Breathe here. And then go ahead and take that left hand, just lower it down so the fingertips are touching the mat behind you. Turn your gaze back forward, lift the right arm up and reach it up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hand down, bring the left around to the front, and let's switch that stretch to the other side. So first we're going to cross the left foot over the right leg. Knees are stacked over one another. My left foot is next to my right hip. Lift up nice and tall. Just gently place your hands on the mat. And just again, this isn't a harsh stretch. This is just letting the weight of the torso slowly come forward. In fact, I would argue that the least amount of movement, the least amount of effort gives you the most benefit here. This is what I mean by mindful yoga. Experiencing every moment as now. Two more breaths here. Breathing back into that lower back and your hips. Softening. The more you soften, the more benefit you're going to get from this stretch. Very nice. Inhale, come on back up to the top. Left arm crosses over the body, palm out. Right arm swings around in a T, and then you start to spiral around to the right, opening the arm all the way to the back or any variation along the way. Remember, honoring your body for where it is today. Just let those right fingers reach down behind your mat, fingertips down. Turn your gaze toward the front, lift the left arm up, reach and stretch. And then bring it down, beautiful. All right, so from here, uncross your legs. Bring your feet on the mat in front of you. Just kind of push yourself up on your feet. You might grab your blocks here because we're gonna roll up onto the toes, situating ourselves into a little squat. Gonna feel those Achilles start to get a nice stretch. Those of you who went for walks this morning might need that, might feel good on those Achilles and calves. And then we're gonna let the tailbone aim down toward the mat. You're gonna lift up nice and tall. If you wanna bring those blocks up to the tallest level and just gently let your fingertips and palms steady yourself. Pull in through the navel so you really breathe and hold yourself stable in the core center. See if you can find something to look at, something you can gaze upon that doesn't move. Bring your focus to that point and perhaps let go of the blocks if you feel balanced and steady, bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart. I am here now. Breathing in, breathing out. More breaths here if you can manage the balance, or bring your hands down to the blocks again. Either way. And then we can take our hands, bring them back to the blocks. We're going to go ahead and lift up, coming into a forward fold. We're just going to let the legs straighten. Let your head drop down. Hands can be on blocks or the mat. Feet are going to be a little bit wider than they were probably, so make them about hip distance apart. Relax your head down, relax your shoulders, let the weight of the torso now just roll forward. Breathe in, release it out. Your knees can be soft if those hamstrings are still a little tight, it's okay. And then we'll inhale, slowly rise to the top, bringing your arms forward, up, and overhead. Take a full body stretch here in an upward position. Exhale, and then dive forward once again, come to forward fold. Bending your left knee, give it a nice generous bend in that left knee, and take your left hand around to the right ankle or shin. Right arm is going to come into a T off the shoulder. You're going to turn your belly and your pelvis slightly to the right, spinning your hips, and then your rib cage lifting up into Uttanasana with a twist. So a forward fold with a twist, and the right arm is going to rise up. Relax that left shoulder down. You can keep your gaze downward if that feels better on your neck. To the side, wherever it best serves you. Unwind the right hand and forward fold. Let's inhale, come all the way up to the top once again, rising up, flowing the energy upward. Exhale, let it cascade forward. Once again, bend that right knee now. Take your right hand around the left ankle and move into your twist on the other side. I am here. I am here now. Bring that left arm down, forward fold. One more time, inhale, rise all the way up, energy flowing up to the sky. And exhale, just like a waterfall, come right back down, forward fold. Take your hands down to the blocks or your mat. We're going to take the left leg back, for a lunge. So left leg nice and straight behind you. Lifting up through the back of the left thigh. Aim forward with the crown of your head and really feel your core engage here as you support the body. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower the left knee down, let it descend softly to the mat, and lift your arms forward as you come into low crescent. Arms reaching up, starting to take a little arch in your back as the chin aims upward, and then open your elbows out to the side. Come to goddess arms, fingers out wide. Shoulders and elbows are in line. Deep breath here. Take as little or as much of a back bend as you like. If you want to lean back into it further, test the waters. If you want to stay upright, that's fine too. And then bring the arms forward, back and down. Lift the left knee back up off of the mat, and we're going to slowly straighten that right leg. So you're just going to straighten the right leg. It might be helpful to bring your blocks here, hands to blocks. You're still up on the ball of the left foot, so we're still in a lunge position with that left leg, but you're just straightening that right leg, so it's kind of a modified pyramid pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and fold over that right leg once again, feeling that beautiful stretch down the right hamstring. Bend the right knee. Go ahead and step the left foot forward. Forward fold position. Inhale, rise to the top. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Open the full body to energy. Exhale, dive forward once again. Stepping back with the right foot this time. Nice long runner's lunge. Aiming forward, nice and strong. Deep breath here. As you exhale, go ahead and let the right knee softly drop down. We're going to inhale and come back up to that low crescent, arms reaching up. And then bring those elbows out to the side, opening to goddess arms, fingers outstretched, heart open to this day. Deep breath in, decide if you want to intensify your back bend or stay where you are. And then bring the arms forward and back down. Lift the right knee back up and slowly straighten that left leg. Again, my hands are on the blocks. This helps to facilitate this stretch a little bit better, so use yours as much as needed. And fold over the left leg, really feeling that stretch down the outside of the left hip. Getting into that hip flexor, the psoas, you can feel it connecting all the way into the lower back. Beautiful. Inhale, bend your left knee, step the right foot forward, and forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale like a waterfall. Forward fold once again. All right. We're going to go through that same sequence again, but then add on to it. So from our forward fold, step back, left leg, runner's lunge. Take one breath fully here. As you exhale, lower the left knee. As you inhale next, lift up, Anjaneyasana, arms up. Exhale, goddess arms, back bend. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, arms down, and back to your low lunge with the knee down, but then lift that left knee back up. back to the traditional runner's lunge. Straighten the right leg once again, allowing your body to fold over that right leg. Take a breath in, lengthen your head forward so your back gets a nice stretch, and then exhale, fold. This time, we're going to take that left leg, hop it forward 2 or 3 inches, and drop the heel down. So now we are in a traditional pyramid pose with the left heel down. Maybe bring your blocks to the highest level so you get a nice strong flat back. Push that right hip back and left hip forward. Sometimes it doesn't feel like you need to do that, but once you give it a try, you realize that the sacrum was really tilting toward the left when it needs to be square to the front. Take a breath in, exhale. And then from here, we're going to keep the right hand on the right block. You're going to shift your feet ever so slightly so that your right heel is now going to be in line with your left arch. We're moving into triangle, so we're opening the hips to the left side of the mat. Spin your ribs open to the left, and then lift that left arm up, coming to triangle pose. Neck is stretching and reaching forward. Right foot is pointing forward. You're going to feel that strength now, a little stretch in the inner groin, inner thighs. Ribs are open. Pause here. I am here now. Bringing yourself back to mindful intention with every change, every new shape and position. Beautiful. Very nice. Bring that left hand back down to the block. Go ahead and bend the right knee, step it forward. Inhale, rise to the top. Arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold and step back with the right foot. Same thing, starting with runner's lunge to begin, establishing your feet, your legs, your core strength. And then let that right knee drop down. Inhale up. Reach up for your low crescent. Exhale, open those arms to goddess arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring them right back down. Inhale, lift the right knee back up and start to straighten the left leg. Once again, we're still on the ball of the right foot this time, so this is sort of your modified position for pyramid. Just easing into that stretch, feeling that left leg. Get a nice stretch in the hamstring, lower back. And then from here, we're going to move directly into pyramid. So all we want to do is sort of bring that right foot forward just a few inches, enough so that we can lower the right heel down. So now my right toes are pointed 45 degrees up to the right corner of the mat. Left toes are forward. You want to bring your blocks on the highest level. Shift your left hip back, slide that right hip forward, level out the sacrum in the back. It's the old adage, if you could place a cup and saucer on your sacrum, would it be level? Would it be straight? I can't be there to double check everyone, so it just, sometimes that visual really helps. Take a breath in, exhale, bend over that left knee. Inhale, come back to a flat back. This time just keep the left hand on the left block. Slightly shift your foot position so that you have heel to arch alignment once again. Take your take your right hand, sort of open your ribs. Slide them open to the right. Let your right fingers float up to the sky. Crown of the head is reaching forward. The beauty and equanimity of triangle pose. 2 more breaths here. We are here now. Bringing our mind and body in synchrony. Beautiful. Bring that right arm back down to the block. Bend the left knee, step it forward once again. Inhale, arms overhead, Urdhva upward facing. And exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and walk your feet backwards. We're going to take our very first, if you can believe it or not, downward facing dog of the day. Feet hip distance apart. Hips tipping up to the ceiling. That back is nice and long now. Deep breath in. Exhale again. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Very nice. Exhale. Go ahead and come down to hands and knees. Let's take it in a couple of breaths in child's pose. Reach your arms back behind your body. Flip those palms up and open. Relax your shoulders. And reset. Bring your hands up forward again. Come on up to hands and knees, and then lift up once again to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up for a split leg dog. With the right leg up, we're going to swing it forward, bring it on up to low lunge. Drop the left heel down. Lift up and swing the arm around, coming to Warrior 2 today. Looking forward, relax those shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pivot on the right foot. Bring your hands to your waist, feet are now parallel as I fold forward. Wide leg forward fold, left hand down underneath my head, right arm's going to swing up for a twist. Exhale, right hand down, left arm makes the sweep up for the twist. Exhale, left hand down, walk your hands around to the front. Come back to low lunge position. And we're going to go ahead and let the right foot wiggle over behind the left hand. We're going to drop the leg down. We're moving into pigeon pose. So we're just going to bring the right knee behind the right hand. Right foot behind the left hand. We're going to let our hips start to settle down. If you have some space and you feel like you're going to list over to the right side, I want you to take your blanket. And you're just going to take that blanket underneath the right hip. You can fold it as high as it needs to go to give you support here. As soon as you create that support, you're going to feel the relief because you'll know that you have your hips square and you can kind of let them settle down as much as they need to. But play around with it. It takes a little time sometimes to know, to get that feeling of where it needs to be. Essentially, you want both hips to be able to drop down toward the mat. Relax. You can keep supporting yourself here with the arms. You can take your blocks. You can stack them up so that you have a block support in front for your arms or forearms. And then decide if you want to stay upright, like so, or if you'd like to fold forward. Either way, you're going to get the same benefit from the hip opening. So if you want to fold all the way down, drop in. We're going to stay here a couple of minutes. So I want you to make sure that you have a sustainable posture, creating some support. And then we're going to breathe into those hips, whatever kind of stagnant energy, whatever kind of stuck tension or emotions. I want you to picture it just being squeezed out of the body, just like wringing out a dish rag. We're just going to squeeze out what we don't need. Letting it drain away. Next moment, I am here now. More breaths here. Go ahead and walk your hands back up. Lift the left knee back up. Slide that right leg all the way back. And press back to downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale. Take your left foot and bring it all the way forward to runner's lunge. Drop the right heel down. Lift yourself all the way up. Come right into warrior two, facing the right side of your mat. Relax your body. Feel yourself equally weighted, east to west. Hips are nice and open. Feel your support coming from that right ankle all the way up the leg. Beautiful. And then from warrior two, pivot on the left foot this time. We're going to fold forward in wide leg forward fold. Hands coming down to the mat, head dropping. Inhale, left arm sweeps up for your twist. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm sweeps out to the side and lifts up for a twist. Exhale, right hand comes down. From this forward fold position, go ahead and come back this time to low lunge. Drop the right knee down, and we're going to slide the left foot behind the right hand. Knee comes down behind the left hand, and slide that right leg back. Coming back now to situate in pigeon on the other side. Ease into it, build your support. Remembering that pain is never appropriate, so if there's anything that causes pain or acute discomfort, you can always take a different seated twist, deer pose, or just drop into child. Help yourself start to let those hips relax and sink down. Pigeon is one of those poses that takes a little bit of time to marinate. The more you can relax and give the body time, the more benefit you will receive. Just learn to trust your body, learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust that even intense sensations can be perfectly fine as long as they're not painful. And let go of the tension. Yourself back up, supporting with the hands. Lift the right knee back up. Let's take it back for one nice stretchy downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Relax it out. Come on down to hands and knees. Swing your legs around and we're going to roll back to our backs. On your back, maybe hug your knees into your chest. Let's take it to Apanasana for just a couple of breaths. Maybe one hand on top of each knee, rocking back and forth. Pressing down into the lumbar spine and just again giving ourselves that little self-compassionate massage. Feels good. And from here, let's just open our arms. Go ahead and extend your leg down the mat. Actually, let's bring our hands next to our hips. We're just going to come into full Shavasana. Let your legs relax. Feet can flop in or out. Just come into a nice neutral posture. And I would encourage you to come back to those same meditative thoughts, same mantra that we used to drop in the earlier part of this class. Find your breath. And see if you can find mindful awareness in each moment. It is an illusion that we do the same thing over and over. Each moment really is authentically unique. You've never done this before, ever. moment in time before. This is what it is to feel alive. So embrace that feeling and meditate on being here now. Energy back into the body. Gently wiggling the tips of your fingers and toes. Taking a deep breath in, maybe pointing your toes and lifting your arms overhead, taking a full body morning stretch. Deep and refreshing. Ready, you can bend your knees, rock up to a seated position, roll to one side, take your time. Never wanting to rush. Or you can feel free to stay just where you are. You always have that option. Let's open our arms wide, lift them up overhead. Embrace this beautiful space we created. And then exhale. Hold it dear, close to the heart center. The light in me is honored and so grateful for the light within you all. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Om Shanti and Namaste.